Our understanding of Tyrannosaurus growth might change within the next few years. Of course, the reason why it might is because of the recent developments in Nanotyrannus. As we now know, Nanotyrannus was its own species, completely separate from Tyrannosaurus rex. Now, that's huge for a lot of different reasons, but one of the biggest reasons why it's so big is because our understanding of Tyrannosaurid growth was based off of the idea that Nanotyrannus was simply just a growth stage of Tyrannosaurus rex, like it was a juvenile or an adolescent. And so, based off of what is now known as Nanotyrannus specimens, a hypothesis was formed that Tyrannosaurus would basically fill different niches as it matured, because beforehand we didn't really have a medium-sized theropod to fill that niche in the Hell Creek Formation. So it was thought that T-Rex would fill that niche when it was a teenager. You know, it would go after the smaller and the speedier prey that larger Tyrannosaurs probably wouldn't prioritize. And then as they matured, then they would go after the heftier prey like Edmontosaurus or Triceratops. But now that we know that Nanotyrannus is completely separate from T-Rex, that might change. That might be flipped on its head within the next few years. Now, of course, it is still possible that young Tyrannosaurus would still fill that niche, but you know, we're probably just going to have to reevaluate things, and our understanding of how T-Rex would interact with its environment as it matured is probably going to change in the next few years. Because we now know that Nanotyrannus filled that niche, and of course, if T-Rex still filled that niche when it was a teenager, it would have competition with Nanotyrannus. And I'm not saying that's impossible. Of course, you know, competition does happen in nature all the time today, but it's just really interesting to see what we can learn now that we have another variable in the Hell Creek Formation, that being a sort of, you know, Nanotyrannus shaped variable. Basically, I'm kind of like just rambling right now. I've been thinking about these new developments in Nanotyrannus and Tyrannosaurus in general, and I just kind of want to talk about them a little bit more because it's really exciting news. It kind of feels like we're learning a lot of new things already, and there's still probably way more research that could be published about something like this. So definitely just kind of like keep your ears peeled for the, you know, for any future developments because we might be learning a lot of really new cool stuff.